Einstein said, "Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better." This statement, even though simple, has an overarching truth. The truth of the wild being our home, our origin, our birthplace as a species, yet we forget this perspective as we become more automated by our materialistic world. Through the observation of everyday aspects of human nature, one can see that the U.S. as a whole is not only straying closer to the lavish lifestyle of the city, but farther from the ecosystem that breathes sentience into our being. On that note, I would like to call to attention that societal behaviors can be observed through the lens of nature. From examples such as ants working towards a universal survival, chimpanzees nurturing their young, or songbirds calling each other to discover their locations, one can see the odd parallel and can assume that humans are not far from these intuitive behaviors, or, for that matter, even acknowledge them. Although man is confined within the perimeters of nature, man still believes he can escape these boundaries through the conduit of technology. A saddening truth, as one can see that we, the human species, are following the order of nature, yet we are blinded by the light of the future. Therefore, we must shed our preconceived notion of being kings of the planet, for our species plays on the same game board and to an extent share the same social behaviors as the ants that thrive in the dirt mounds of our yards. Furthermore, environmental balance keeps the human species afloat, although popular belief thinks otherwise. As seen in the rising occurrence of globalization and worldwide trade, one could find reasonable evidence that the environment serves only as a source of food and should be the least of our concerns, since industries around the world can run endlessly without looking at the ominous external effects that they cast. This judgment is just a distorted, warped reflection of reality. The Earth, its biospheres, and its myriad of ecosystems all rely on the invisible lines of environmental equilibrium. The idea that every organism has a crucial role or niche within this unseen balance. Biosphere ballooning, a term used to describe the interruption of an invasive species in an ecosystem, can not only lead to environmental turmoil, but to the destruction of entire native species or whole indigenous populations. So if man, who is confined and created by the environment, were to be in the wake of a biosphere ballooning incident, could humans not also risk extinction? It would seem rational to assume this idea, since the food we eat is from nature and our survival is based on the survival of other organisms. Another striking truth that entails that humans need a deeper connection to nature, for this relationship can not only be used as a tool of knowledge, but survival as well. Likewise, man is trapped within the laws and state of nature. The scientific laws such as motion, thermodynamics, etc. explain natural phenomena, but one typically forgets that these were observed in the natural world and serve us to view our surroundings in its most analytical and precise perspective. We are forced to follow them. They are the set boundaries in which all life is controlled by and are inescapable. In a political view, man's natural state of nature, as John Locke said in his second treatise, was a simplistic idea that questioned what freedom was and set up the limitations and freedoms we have the right to exercise in our government today. Both ideas, in starkly different fields, were derived from the wild, the land that humans see as foreign and alien to themselves as a new planet. Yet humans are so tightly held in nature's grasp that they are clouded in the illusion of its suffocation. Ultimately, humans, even though blinded, are trapped in the cage that nature is intended for them. Just like that of a zoo, we, the human species, are the animals, and our caretaker is nature, with the omniscient power to preserve or destroy us. So instead of finding new ways to escape this box, rather we should focus our efforts on understanding the workings and conditions within it. Thus, it should be our civic duty to not only live in harmony with this theoretical cage, but to learn from it as well, in order to soothe, befriend, and aid the caretaker that holds the threads of our existence. Thank you.